Does the reality of entanglement mean that as the mother feels her child's bond, that our Shaykh feels our bond and needs as well?
Most definitely. So many Tazkiyah awliya, Mawlana Shaykh would tell many stories from awliya, that the connection that the shaykhs have and they're intervening in the difficulties of people, that everything is entangled. When something immensely harmful coming to somebody who's immensely connected, then the entanglement is what we call the intercession. That at that moment they can make a dua, or something comes into their nazar to think of someone, to pray for someone at that moment, and immediately stop something, diminish the intensity of what was coming, because they're entangled. But if you didn't say, oh that didn't happen, I got into a very bad condition, because you weren't entangled. I said, if you don't believe you don't receive. You're in charge of belief and then the rest is to receive. If you fool yourself you believe but you don't really believe, you don't fool the shaykh, it's not something he's going to send you. This is not in their control, this is in Allah's will. When we're talking about the world of light, it's not in anyone's hands, it's in Allah's hands, because there's no more will. Will is on this earth. So our life is to submit our will. When we submit the will, the souls are on autopilot. When you build that love, you're entangled. So no doubt you begin to even look like the shaykh. You have dreams and thoughts and everything about the shaykh. I'm here, I was walking there, we went here, we went there, we did this, we did that, because of an entanglement based on the love you put into it, not the shaykh's love. This is not the way it goes, that I have to be entangled with Prophet, and as a result then that light begins to entangle upon me. This is the whole of that immensity, the whole of that reality. So yes, and this is all in the stories of awliya, that how they act as one and how they intercede and how they intervene in the lives of the student based on the darajat of the student and what they put into it. If you believe, you receive. If there's deficiency in the belief, then it's the responsibility of the student to increase the belief, and that's why we started tonight with the talk on manners and character. You have to open up the system, have a love, a respect, a sense of support of everything, that nothing in their way is wasted. Why support someone else when you could support them? Why listen to someone else when you should be listening to them? Why sit with someone else when you should be sitting with them? Then you wonder, I'm not entangled. Yeah, because maybe you're going to too many places. Now you're like, when people are too entangled on this earth, they call it what? Schizophrenia. How is that happening? They're just locked into too many people, too many things, too many energies. If something wrong in the neurotransmitter, what's happening to their soul is actually sending signals to their brain, and they start to have multiple personalities. Many different psychological sicknesses are induced by the spirituality. And we gave the talk before that when you're with too many partners, every person you meet in life will deposit their DNA within you. That DNA stays within the person as an entanglement. And the reason Allah said, don't do that, abstain from that, is because you're going to become schizophrenic. If the DNA of all these people are inside of you, not leaving you, talking to you, you share in their activities, you share in their energies regardless of where they are on this earth and how many years you haven't seen the person, their entanglement is still in you. Because for women they are fertile soil, what you plant into the soil will stay forever in the soil until that person dies. So be careful what you plant in that soil. So these are the immensities when people say, oh Islam is not progressive or understand. No, Islam is so advanced, humans haven't gotten there yet. But slowly the doctors and scientists are all coming out saying, no, no, so the human body is very entangled and the DNA of people are locked into. So imagine the DNA of 10 crazy people, all their DNA affects that person and they become schizophrenic and tattoo themselves unrecognizably. What? Because of causing self-harm, because something's wrong in the head, all the voices they hear. So yes, these are immense realities, what we call fana, muraqabah, tafakkur. Science is calling entanglement and starting to understand slowly this world of light. Why do they want to know the world of light and why do they want to reveal the world of light? Because the jinn world is coming. When they find the jinn ships, there's no steering wheel. These big human beings go into these powerful ships, the chair's this big. And they say, there's no steering wheel. Who's the little guy who sits here and how they drive this thing? If you're using your soul or you're using your energy, they have an energy and the insan, because some of them are not really the jinn, they're the robotic arm of the jinn. But for us to understand, if you send your soul into something, your soul doesn't need a chair to sit anywhere. And if you sit there, you're going to command it with your consciousness, with your heart, and it'll tie into your signal. So when you say, get up, it's up, right, left, right. You can control it more powerfully through your heart and thought than through the time it takes you to move your hand. So when awliya are trained, they would enter into a room for spiritual battle. How are they going to remember all the moves to make with their hands, like you see Kung Fu show, moving all these directions? Nothing, they just park themselves but their soul comes out moving at the speed of thought. However their soul is going to battle, their soul, the hands of their soul become like weapons moving in the world of light. At the speed of their soul they just park their physicality, nothing from them physical, not even a thought from them physically, and the soul comes out and begins to react the way Allah wants it to react. Because that soul is under the Izzatullah, Izzatul Rasul, Izzatul Mu'mineen. So this is a completely different world that's opening onto this earth. People who want to keep people ignorant, they keep them physical. But people who want to be enlightened, what Allah wants from the heavens is seeka understanding of light. And the endless benefit of light and its power and the soul.